Hey guys, welcome back to another video. With Pokemon Legends Z-A right around the corner, a lot of information has come out in the past few months that has received pretty negative reception from the community. Whether it's from the new megas to the story only taking place in Lumiose City, or even the new battling mechanic, um, people have found something to complain about. Personally, I haven't seen much that doesn't make me want the game even more. And every day I wake up wishing that it was October 16th so I can go to the midnight release. And I figure with the game less than a month away, I want to share some things with you guys that I personally enjoy. So sit back, relax, and don't forget to leave some of the things that you're excited about in the comments below. And these are 10 things I'm most excited about for Pokemon Legends Z-A. Hey guys, editing Kieran here. Any pictures that are posted in this video do not belong to me. I feel like I have to say that for copyright reasons. They don't belong to me. I pulled them off of Reddit, Screen Rant, Pokemon, Cerebi, Bulbapedia, Pokemon Fandom. Pretty much anywhere I could find on the internet that had the videos and pictures that are going to be used in this video. I feel like I had to say that just for copyright reasons. But enjoy the video and don't forget to like and subscribe. Kicking things off with number 10, a deeper explanation into the lore of Zygarde. Kalos is a region with an expansive amount of lore, and two of their legendaries seem to play a huge part in that lore. The story went really deep into the lore of Yveltal and Xerneas and X and Y, but there was a whole third legendary that the game didn't even talk about unless you went exploring in the post game. Let me set the scene. It's after the Elite Four. You walk into Terminus Cave, you're exploring, and you find the room where Zygarde's supposed to be. And he's just sitting there, menacingly. Like, what are you doing here, bud? What is your purpose? Like, where do you fit into the story of X and Y? Yeah, the anime really honed in on Zygarde's story, but I would have appreciated a lot more of that in the main game. And in Sun and Moon, he kind of got dumbed down to a side quest, I guess you could say, where you didn't really have to collect all the Zygarde cores, but if you did, there was a huge reward at the end. So in ZA, I really hope that Zygarde gets its lore expanded and that we get to actually use the complete form of Zygarde in Kalos instead of in another region. Number 9, more Kalos lore. You see, there was this war that took place in Kalos a couple thousand years ago. It was like long before any of us were born, but like somehow it kind of became important because that's how Mega Evolution was created and all that other stuff. And AZ lost his Floed, like whatever, blah 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 blah. Then somebody activated the ultimate weapon a couple of years ago. You know, like it's a whole bunch of stuff. And I really want to know more about this war. Like, who was it with? Who started it? The stuff that really builds the world of Kalos. When X and Y first came out, the thing that I really enjoyed was going around the region and seeing the remnants of this war and other lore facts about the region. Things like the gravestones on Route 10 with the Pokemon who fought in that war and lost their lives. Or when you go to Shower City and talk to the Mega Evolution Guru and he tells you about the first time a Lucario Mega evolved. All these things help deepen the world of Kalos and make it feel so much more alive than it already was. And I really hope in Legends ZA, because AZ is still alive, hopefully we'll get to explore more ideas of the lore behind Kalos and what happened all those years ago. Number 8, the exploration of Lumiose City. Lumiose City is a huge city and it only opened up 100% halfway through the main game of X and Y. But I feel like a lot of it got minimized due to the hardware of the 3DS not being able to support having a huge city and a whole region with it. And now with the power of the Switch, Lumiose is going to be on a much grander scale. Also, with it being the only area that we can explore, I hope that it feels huge. I've seen a few renders of people doing it already, kind of based off of the maps and stuff that we've seen. And in a recent trailer, they also showed off the sewers or catacombs or whatever you want to call it now. I don't really know which one it's going to be, but they're based off of the Paris catacombs, so I'm really excited to explore those. People have really called them either or. Exploration is like a huge part in Pokemon, and I always want to know what secrets you can find in a region. That's like one of the things that I spend the most time doing, is going in all the little nooks and crannies all over the region. And Lumiose has a bunch of alleyways and back streets that you can explore and go in X and Y. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be in Legends Z-A too. And I'm pretty excited to explore Lumiose City. Number 7 is new characters. Every Pokemon game introduces new characters. These characters add something new to the story or bring their own thing to the table to give you a little challenge. We have seen a few of the new characters already, like your rival Urbane if you pick the girl protagonist, or Tawny if you pick the boy protagonist. We've also seen some characters that look like they could be related to other characters from X and Y, like Naveen, who looks like they could be either Grant's brother or son, or Lita, who could be Tierno, your rival, sister or daughter. I really like that they do this in Legends games, relate some characters to old characters. I know that we've only had 2, but it really seems like that's something that could be a running trend, especially if Legends games take place in the past or the future. Somebody we know has to be related to them. We also have seen a few other new characters, like from the company called Quasartico, that we know very little about. While doing research to this video, I didn't see much about them. And their CEO, Jet, or their secretary, Vinny. And I really like Vinny's character because he's this buff dude, but he's just a secretary. But I know he's gonna play a bigger part in the story. Probably like, she's gonna be like the team boss or something. I don't know. She's gonna be something wrong. But I'm really excited to see what they do with these characters and make them different in some way. Number 6 is returning characters. One of my favorite things about anything that takes place in a sequel of a show or a game or any other form of media is that we get to see what characters are doing after the story of the game takes place. Every single arc of anything I've seen, my favorite arc is a time skip, because we get to see the character development that has happened or how characters have matured and changed within the time they've grown and the time that has passed. We've already seen AZ runs a hotel. We know Team Flare's Mabel, who is a professor. We've also seen Emma, who's now a detective, which follows suit with her character perfectly and exactly where I wanted her to go after the story of X and Y. If you played the post game in Lumiose City and had to do all of her stuff, because she was just a little girl, a little orphan who had no story, no family, and she became the center of the post game in Lumiose City. And now, thanks to Looker and everybody who's mentored her, she's a huge detective in the city of Lumiose City, is studying these mega phenomenons that are happening. I really can't wait to see who else they bring in. Maybe they'll show people like Clement or even Bonnie, not knowing how long this time skip is, but maybe Bonnie's grown and now she's a full-fledged trainer. Or maybe we see someone small like Alexa, Viola, the bug type gym leader, her sister, and see what they've been doing since the time that the game has ended of X and Y, and now that the urban redevelopment is happening of Lumiose City, and see how their characters have progressed in time. Number 5 is real-time Pokemon battles. Pokemon has been a turn-based battle system for as long as I can remember, even into the original games of Red and Blue. Now, Pokemon is straying away into something a little bit different, a little bit new that they test in the Legends Arceus, and now they're jumping headfirst into it, making real-time Pokemon battles where you get to move around your Pokemon and do different things and use moves how you can really imagine them in the anime. And I really enjoy that this step into real-time battles is making Pokemon even closer to the anime, because it seems like every game we move closer and closer into getting more anime-like. This system seems kind of fun and seems really challenging. um, kind of making Pokemon like a Dark Souls in a way if you're not like overpowered and like just like really fighting bosses and you have to strategize how you're gonna go into every fight. And now we even get to use the most overpowered move from the anime, Dodge. That's right, now you can run with your Pokemon one direction and they will move with you, dodging whatever move is coming their way. And also, moves do different things. Like Stealth Rocks are now like mines that if a Pokemon runs into them, they explode. Or you can actually use Dig timing to dodge a move like it's supposed to. So I'm really excited to test this out and play against it with all my friends, which brings us actually directly into our next point. Number 4 is the ZA Battle Royale. Coming with real-time battles is the ZA Royale, which is a tournament that lets you go up through the ranks, which is not Legend ZA, but Z to A. But this doesn't only happen in the story. There's also casual and online ranked mode where you can do the same thing against your friends and people online. This mode was revealed during the World Championship of 2025, and it looks really interesting. It received a little bit of backlash for you needing a Nintendo Online account, but I feel like most people already have this Nintendo Online account. If you've had a Switch for a while, I feel like you've had it at some point. And if not, it's only $2 a month or $20 a year. Um, People battling and commanding Pokemon together is something that also 9-year-old me has dreamt of. Watching people move with their Pokemon and Pokemon moving across the field and doing moves at each other seems like it's just going to be so fun to watch, and I'm going to literally spend all of my time rage quitting in this mode, but I'm so excited to play it because it seems like it's so much fun. Number 3 is definitely the most controversial on this list, and it's the DLC. I honestly am excited for the DLC. I just feel like they shouldn't have announced it when they did. Maybe wait a week or two or maybe even a month until after the game is out and everybody's played through it, because now it just seems like it's even more of a cash grab than Nintendo's already doing. But I'm definitely excited to see how Hoopa becomes relevant instead of limited to just some movie where it just says the same thing over and over and over again, and it doesn't really do much other than call legendaries and have them all fight in a big city just for the love of the game, to be honest. I'm really excited to see also how the story progresses into Lumiose City and how that all plays into the game as well. And there's also rumors of a second DLC coming out, so I'm really excited to see that DLC and see how all of that becomes one. Number 2 and number 1 are tied together for some of my favorite mechanics that have come out of X and Y and in any Pokemon game in general. Number 2 is the new Mega Evolutions. Now, I've always loved Mega Evolutions. I've loved the concept of them. I love using them. I love looking at the designs of them. When they were leaking back in X and Y, I loved looking at all of those. And I remember Megas were really the first time that got me into getting into Pokemon leak culture and getting into the community, because everybody was so active in discussing what they thought and who they thought was going to get a Mega and what was the purpose of Megas and how they're going to unfold in the story. And I remember the first Mega that I saw was Mega Charizard X, and I knew that I've never been a huge Charizard fan, but I knew that I was going to use Charizard because first off, he was finally a dragon, and second off, he was a black Charizard, and the only time I had seen a black Charizard was when I was looking at not Mega Evolution, Shinies back in the day. And so now as a grown man, like getting to see these Megas again compared to when I was a kid, and now watching some of my favorite starters like Greninja channeling his inner Uchiha and standing up on top of the shuriken like he's just aura farming 24/7 is like one of my favorite things in the whole entire world to see. And I can't wait to see what else they bring out. I've purposely been avoiding the leaks and everything. Anything that isn't official Pokemon content, I've pretty much been avoiding it on purpose because I don't want to see it and I want to be surprised and enjoy the designs when they come out. But now we're going to move on to the top spot. Number one, as my most anticipated and thing that I'm excited for in Pokemon Legends Z-A is character customization. X and Y were the first games to introduce this mechanic, and as a kid, I enjoyed customizing my character so much. That's like one of my favorite things in any video game is customizing my character. To this day, in a new Pokemon gameplay that has character customization, as soon as I unlock it, after every gym, my head canon is kind of like I travel for like a month or two. So in that time, your hair grows, or you get new outfits, you get new clothes. If you go to a cold climate, you're wearing something cold. If you're wearing hot, if you're in a hot climate, you wear something hot. Like, like you dress. I change my character all the time just to see all the new clothing options, and I'm so excited for this because now you get to even put highlights in your hair. The characters look so unique that they don't even look like one another. Like, you can't even tell that one character is the default model for another character in some of these character designs that they've already done. And Paris is the fashion capital of the world, so this game better have the best clothing ever, because this whole city is just Paris in the Pokemon universe. So now we have to just pray to Lord Arceus that the male character customization is as good as the females, because they be slacking on the male characters. But I'm so excited for this mechanic, and I'm really excited to play this game. In conclusion, I honestly am so hyped for this game. Everything I listed in this video plays a huge part in this excitement that I have, and honestly, it was so hard to rank them because they all, every time I thought about one, I wanted to put one on top of the other, but it really was just fun to sit here and think about it, because this game is all that I think about now. But what are you most excited for? Do you want to customize your character? Are you going to play with some of the new megas? Do you think that the DLC is going to be any good? If you want to hear me talk about the game or play the game more, I go live on twitch.tv/Kerbias. And don't forget to drop a like and subscribe and leave the comments below on what you're excited for. Thank you guys for watching, and have a blessed one.